Hi everyone, Matthew here at AAWeatherWatch, taking a look at the weather for the forthcoming weekend, Saturday the 8th and Sunday the 9th of July. And overall it is a weekend essentially of two halves. Saturday is likely to be the best day of the weekend, relatively dry for much of the country with some bright and sunny spells, whereas on through into Sunday, some showers or longer spells of rain developing from the northwest. Satellite imagery shows a region of relatively thin cloud moving across the country today. It is bringing quite a lot of cloud, but equally there is a lot of dry weather across the country too. And temperatures a little bit lower than compared with yesterday, for example, when 22 degrees was reached both in Dublin and at Cork. Now through the weekend it is essentially this region of relatively cloud-free skies here, which will follow on through into Saturday, again leading to a mainly dry day with some brighter sunny spells. But way to the northwest, to the south of Iceland, there is a region of cloud spiralling around an area of low pressure. And these regions of cloud, associated with weather fronts as ever, will move into the north and west of the country Saturday night through into Sunday, then spreading southeastwards at the moment in time through the course of Sunday. So let's take a look at the forecast weather charts now to put the details onto the forecast for the weekend. Little to show you on rainfall radar within the short term, as I've highlighted many areas of the country are indeed dry. So through the rest of Friday, and again it is emphasis on a dry afternoon, some brighter sunny spells, so by the time we get to around about the middle of the afternoon, perhaps especially across some northern and western areas of the country, cloud breaking here again to allow for some brighter sunny spells, and through into the evening many areas do remain dry. So not a bad afternoon, generally, as I've indicated, though a little bit cooler than compared with yesterday, just a generally cooler and fresher feel to the weather as the day progresses. So through this evening and overnight, and generally the quiet and benign conditions across the country continue to dominate. Cloud potentially thickening across parts of the south and southwest in particular, but otherwise it will be a dry night again with clear spells, particularly across northern areas of the country, where it will become quite cool, if not actually locally chilly, across some rural areas of the north. So we move through into Saturday, and it is a dry start to the weekend. Essentially most of the cloud will be across southern areas of the country through the course of the day, as the latest weather chart highlights here. So by the time we get to around about the middle of the day, the further north you are, the better the weather will be. Generally more in the way of broken cloud, allowing for some brighter sunny spells, and certainly feeling pleasant enough in the sunshine through the afternoon. But as you can see, across central, particularly southern and southwestern areas, cloud is likely to be more extensive, and the cloud perhaps thick enough for a few light passing showers or a little bit of patchy light rain or drizzle, but generally emphasis is on a dry day. So by the time we get to the end of Saturday afternoon, again it is across the northern half of the country where the best of the sunny spells will be, whereas the further south you are, then again cloud likely to be more persistent. Through into the overnight period, and it is then when we see the next weather system approaching from the northwest. So by the time we get to the early hours of Sunday, you can see that weather system then approaching from the northwest in association with low pressure passing to the north of Ireland and the British Isles in general. So we move through into Sunday morning, and it is a relatively dry start for much of the country. However, cloud will be quickly increasing from the northwest, so by the time we get to the middle and latter half of Sunday morning, outbreaks of rain and showers will then move into many northern and western areas. The sunny spells to start the day across the south and east will be replaced by more extensive cloud, and all areas generally becoming mostly cloudy by the time we get to around about noon on Sunday. Now through the course of the afternoon, and those outbreaks of rain and showers are likely to slowly move further south and east. There's a little bit of uncertainty over whether the rain and showers will reach the extreme southeast of the country, but as you can see, by the time we get to around about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock on Sunday evening, it is a relatively cloudy scenario across much of the country, with still scattered showers or some longer spells of rain, but most of the wet weather is likely to be across parts of the north and west. If you are across the far south and southeast, then you may just about get away with another dry day on Sunday, albeit clearly mostly cloudy. So moving on and taking a look at the temperatures now for the forthcoming weekend, and overall temperatures will be on the decline this weekend. Cooler and fresher conditions filtering in off the North Atlantic will continue through the rest of Friday, but not a bad afternoon. Temperatures 16, 17, 18 degrees still certainly achievable, and in some sunny spells this afternoon, not feeling too bad. This evening and overnight temperatures do drop away quite quickly through into this evening, as you can see, particularly across some central and northern areas. Temperatures this evening and overnight perhaps just down to 5, 6 or 7 degrees, so quite a chilly night in particular across parts of Ulster, but temperatures always higher further south and southwest. Now we move through into Saturday, and essentially temperatures will be near to average for the time of year. Maximum temperatures somewhere in the region around about 16, 17 or 18 degrees Celsius. Highest temperatures always across central and northern areas where most of the sunshine will be. As you can see beneath the thicker cloud across parts of the south, temperatures perhaps just struggling to 14 or 15 degrees. Through into Saturday night, and generally a relatively mild night on Saturday night into Sunday, minimum temperatures no lower than 10, 11 or 12 degrees. Now we move through into Sunday, and if anything temperatures a little bit lower still by the time we get to Sunday. That's primarily due to obviously more cloud and the approaching wet weather from the north and west. Temperatures perhaps still reaching 16 or 17 across the far south and southeast in any brighter weather, but otherwise temperatures generally ranging between around about 13 and 14 across parts of the north and west, so feeling quite cool in the wet weather as it arrives through the day. So let's summarise that in our weekend weather summary. Looking at Saturday the 8th, it will be a mainly dry day for much of the country. Some brighter sunny spells too, especially across parts of the north and west of the country in particular. Thicker cloud though across the south may well lead to just a few scattered showers or a little patchy light rain. But again, temperatures near to average but always higher across the northern areas of the country where best of the sunshine will be. Through into Sunday, and whilst it will be a reasonable start to the day, especially across the south and east with some sunny spells, overall it will become more unsettled from the north and west, with outbreaks of rain and showers spreading into northern and western areas and then filtering further south and east through the day. And compared with Saturday, it will be quite cool on Sunday, especially beneath the cloudy and damp weather the further north and west you are. So that's all the details for the forthcoming weekend. As ever, have a great weekend, and I'll be back with you early next week taking a look at the weather through the course of the week.